we go. Week 1. It is around the corner now. Dom, how we feeling?
I feel fucking great. Just had a plate of pasta. I'm burning a espresso candle. My room smells like coffee. I'm in a great fucking mood. It's like 68 degrees outside.
It
I'm ready
feels
to
like
roll.
football.
It
It's
my
felt like football for the last 10 days, and it's been
I've
amazing.
I've had a half chub on for a while, and
Yes.
I'm ready to roll.
Yes. Much like the flags flying at the White House, I am at half mast. Um,
Yes.
so let's get into this here. All right. So big news of the weekend, which, first of all, we'll address this here real quick. We uploaded our NFC predictions, not only uploaded, but recorded our NFC
Last
predictions
Tuesday.
prior to the Micah Parsons news.
Yes.
We went back to back AFC, NFC predictions. They were uploaded as two different things, blah, 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 all that fun stuff. All of my preseason bets and picks were prior to the Micah Parsons news. So, odds have changed. Let's start
Just
there.
smidge. Just
I mean,
smidge.
actually, yeah, not as much as I thought they would have, but
Yeah.
they did, in fact, change. So, meaning I picked I bet the Packers to win the division. I think at 225, they are now plus 175. The last I looked, um, the Ravens Packers Super Bowl picks, the that matchup and everything like that has shifted drastically. Actually, that went from I forget what I got it at, like plus 6,500, and then that shifted to or no, sorry, plus 4,500. That's now under 3,500, I believe. And
Okay.
then Ravens, like it was, yeah, a lot of it moved in that
Yeah.
time. Same thing with my Cowboys under pick, things like that. So there's that part of it. Dom, would you like to adjust any part of your NFC picks?
No.
Super Bowl pick?
Nothing. I'm gonna stand firm on business. I like Micah Parsons. I do. If you go across his channel, you can see me stating that uh, over the course of the entire year and a half we've talked. I think he's severely underrated. Has been on the Cowboys his entire career. I'm happy he'll get this chance to fully showcase his ability. Hopefully, next to Rashawn Gary, it's going to be a deathly tandem. One of the top five across the sports. However, my question still lies in Jordan Love for the Packers. That question won't be answered because of Michael Parsons. It answers the questions that they have on defense. However, it doesn't answer everything else that I have questions about. I do still like the Packers. I have them making the playoffs. I don't think it changes me enough to want to fully adjust anything. I'm
Fair
happy
enough.
for you that you got all those bets in prior to
I
him
mean,
going. Because if it
I'm
pans out, hell yeah, dude.
wildly happy. I'm
Yeah.
just trying to extend that olive branch to you, so you're not just wildly wrong once we get to
And,
the
and
postseason
if
here.
and if I am, I am. That's what it is. I'll eat my mistakes. But I'm not going to change everything based on something that didn't answer the questions I had about the team.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't deal with being wrong like that. Moving on.
Ah, rather be late
So
than early.
even still, just I mean, it actually happened.
It
I
did.
mean, I think you and I got on here and we were both like, I think we thought there was a chance.
Oh no, I predicted it.
You did. Well, yeah, I guess you were a
And
little bit more bullish on
in
that.
our
I was
bold
just like,
predictions, I
I
had
think I
it.
said,
I said mid-season. I didn't think it was going to happen
mm,
when it did, but I should have known Jerry likes to get the bullshit out of the way prior to the season starting. So I should have known it was going to happen before season. That is the only place I went wrong in that, and I should have said it would happen before the season starts because it did.
yeah,
Because
I mean,
I
I think
knew,
I was a little bit more bullish on them doing some or on Dak's contract situation last year, meaning
yeah,
like I didn't think they were going to move him, but they were just going to let him play it out and then do it. And then at 11:15 or noon, week 1 is when that deal got signed. I
Yeah.
than thought, because Jerry's just trying to play the media time that deal was going to come through late Wednesday night. So I thought there was a chance. I just didn't think Jerry would actually pull the trigger on it. And I think Jerry has officially lost his mind, because
100%.
even that press conference
100%.
is just insane.
Yeah, he's a
Like,
psycho.
the way he tries to spin that and turn it around, and the fact that he even said, "Yeah, we got 2 firsts in this deal," those could
They could-
become
all
Pro Bowl
first
players.
teams, first team all pros. That's what he said.
You had it, and
Oh, but
those
it
2
could
draft
be two.
picks.
Could be 2 first team all pros, but they haven't been able to draft properly in the past like decade. In the first
Yes.
round, specifically in the first round, outside of CeeDee Lamb and Tyler Smith, and Tyler Smith, even at the time, was viewed as a big reach. It's worked out great for them in what he's become.
Not only that, so they got Micah Parsons at, what was it? He was the 10th
11.
pick? 11. I wasn't sure which one it was.
Pretty sure.
I
No,
knew it was 10 or 11.
Because was he in the Devontae Smith draft? Was he in that draft?
I think so.
2021.
Devontae went after him, didn't he?
Yeah, Devontae. If that's the
think
case,
it
Devontae
was
went
either-
11.
It was 10 or 11 that Micah went. I don't remember if he
Hold
was
on.
officially top that. It was one of those 2. He went 10 to 12, somewhere in that range.
Oh, he went
That's
12.
all I know.
He went
12?
He went at Devontae Smith went 10. Eagles traded up to 10 to take Devontae Smith
right.
in front of
That's
Chicago.
Right, because I remember
Chicago-
watching that draft thinking that the Eagles traded up to get Micah.
Chicago then took Justin Fields,
Yep.
and then Micah Parsons goes 12
Yes.
to the Cowboys.
So let's just talk about those Packers picks. So
Mhm.
since LaFleur, Matt LaFleur, Jesus Christ, I get him and his brother mixed up now for whatever reason. Mike and Matt, don't like that.
Interesting.
2 completely different human beings.
Much different. One's successful, one's not.
One is still just an OC. So he's been there since 2019.
Who? LaFleur?
LaFleur.
Pretty sure.
Was it?
Uh,
Was it 19 or 20?
I think it was 19.
All right. So yeah. His second year was 2020 when they got to the AFC Championship or NFC Championship game against the Bucks, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because that was when Tom. Yeah.
Yeah. So they have picked at 26, 29, 22,
15.
13.
13. It was 13. They took
That
Lucas
was
Van
Rodgers
Ness.
last year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they took LVN.
25 and 23. So you're getting at minimum a bottom third first round pick
Yeah.
for the next 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, you do that deal 10 times out of 10, and you don't think about it. If you have a chance to get
Oh wait,
game
which side are
changing
you
player,
talking about? Which,
I'm talking about.
you're talking about the Packers side.
Yeah,
That's the thing that
I don't give a
I'm
shit.
just like,
You know me. I don't give a fuck about picks.
no, fuck them picks.
Because
That's what McVay has been
picks-
doing in Los Angeles forever.
Picks are great to develop young guys if that's how your system's set up. If your system is set up differently to truly win and progress, fuck the picks, dude. And you see organizations do that, and it has worked out for them.
Yeah.
It works out, I'd say, like 2/3 of the time. You see success within that organization. So,
And then
I mean, unless you're the
also-
Raiders.
this is where I was going with this. Is like Jerry got 2 firsts and fucking what's his name? Already proving my point of like
Kenny Clark.
who cares? Yes, Kenny
Kenny
Clark.
Clark. Yeah.
29-year-old Kenny Clark
I think he's 30.
and I looked it up. He's 29. I think he turns 30 shortly.
Oh, okay.
Or this season he turns
I thought I
30.
saw something. Yeah, maybe I saw age 30 season. Oh, October
Yeah.
4th. Yeah. Okay. Fair.
Yes. Um. Meanwhile, let's go back to Khalil Mack. What was the
2018.
final?
That was
Oh
2018. He
shit.
got traded.
Um.
2016. I was in college.
Yes, something like that. But regardless,
Doesn't matter.
he got traded
Mid-season.
for
2 firsts.
Jesus Christ, why is this not showing up? Okay, come on. Let's get to the trade, the actual trade. What is happening?
I literally Googled this 2 weeks ago.
I
It was
know, and I'm like,
2018.
yeah. Why is it not showing up?
All right, the Raiders traded.
Here it was. Two
Yeah.
firsts, a third, and a sixth. And the Bears got back Khalil Mack, a 2022nd, and a conditional fifth.
Yes.
So I feel like that Jerry could have done so much more because Khalil Mack was also 2 years older.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Like
there's.
it doesn't make any sense. It's just a bad trade on so many accounts. Even if you didn't want to give him the 47 million. But then like also at the same time Jerry's saying I respect we didn't do the deal the way he wanted to through his agent. Like he kept bringing up that part of it. It's just like you weren't
Yeah.
concerned about the number. You were concerned about not doing it through his legal representation. Like I just don't understand it. And I don't know how anybody who's a Dallas sports fan right now, that has been brutal the last
Yeah.
6 months for them. But like you could have robbed somebody blind for him. And you just didn't do it.
Yeah. Like, you should have asked in that scenario for truly like a young pass rusher. You should have asked for Rashawn Gary. You should have asked for Lucas Van Ness. Something like that.
Something.
Something like if you want
something
Kenny
young.
Clark, yeah, if you want Kenny Clark, sure, but you should also get like LVN or go in the cornerback route. They have young cornerbacks. They have a decent
Yeah,
safety
if you're
group.
gonna go Kenny Clark, get more veteran players then.
Yeah,
at
or
that
they have
point.
40 fucking wide receivers. I don't know, dude.
Yeah, for
Like,
real.
do
Like
something.
George Pickens isn't solving your wide receiver two position right now.
Yeah. Like,
Like,
it's a lot of
you think the
confusing
Packers aren't
things.
throwing in Christian Watson or Romeo Dobbs in that situation? Are you like
Without hesitation. They probably do fucking almost
any of their
anybody
backs? Honestly, any of their
yeah.
backs at that point.
Except Josh
too.
Jacobs, they're not doing
Like you're not getting
Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs, but any other running back that they have on their 53-man roster, they'll throw into that deal. Like you
For
could have
free. Yeah.
gotten something more.
They could have gotten a lot more. And they could have gotten at least another second. It's just it doesn't make sense.
When you and I talked, and I was going through like the Ravens making a deal for him. It's like now there wasn't a world that they were
could
going to be able to
afford.
pull off. I mean, they could afford it for this year, but like giving him a long-term deal, like they weren't going to be able to do that with the amount of people that they have that are due for contracts now this year and next and everything like that. But like,
Yeah.
even that, I was saying Odafe Owe, Mark Andrews plus 2 firsts and throwing a fucking fifth. I don't care. Like, that's still more.
Yeah.
Like, you get an impact player right away in Mark Andrews and a young pass rusher in Owe.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm in full agreement
Or
with you.
Ojabo, honestly, at that point. Like, I would have done that. Like, love both of those guys, but like, if you're telling me Micah Parsons is on the table,
You
I'll
do what
take
you
that.
can. You do what you got.
Yeah. Yeah, the
And I'm
Bills would have
sure,
done more. Like I
I'm
just
sure
don't
all those teams
understand.
reached out. It was just logistically they might not have been able to get it done, like with the contracts portion of it.
Hmm.
But I can't imagine that somebody wasn't out there offering more for Micah.
Specifically the Bills,
Yeah.
because I feel like that trade within the conference is even more insane. If you
Oh
do that
yeah.
with the Bills, maybe a little bit different. But like the Bills, they do have the money
Long
going
term. Yeah.
forward to
Oh
give him a
yeah.
deal. And they
100%.
could have and probably would have given up more
Yeah.
for that. I don't understand this any part of it really on Dallas's end.
Yeah. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That, there's not a whole lot more we can really discuss there. We're
No,
both baffled by the
I needed
situation as a
I
whole.
needed to get that out. Again, I'm very
Yeah.
happy about it. It makes me look a lot smarter right now than I was intending to. Um,
That's fair. It's very fair.
on paper at least, but
Yeah.
there's that. All
All
right,
right.
let's get into week 1.
Hell yeah.
So, speaking of the Cowboys,
Yeah. Just right off
Thursday
the rip.
night, I mean, we have to do it. It's the first one of the year. Eagles coming to Philly for first game of the year. I don't have too much to say about this other than
It's gonna be a
if
blowout.
the Eagles weren't going to beat the living shit out of them,
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
definitely going to now. I mean,
It,
I
the,
am not as high on Philly this year.
no, but there's
Uh,
nothing on that defense for Dallas.
Not even that part. I think even just in this spot, like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's in Philly, week 1, after the Super Bowl, we're raising the banner, everything like that. They're showing up and they're showing out for this, and they are going to
Yeah.
kick the Cowboys' teeth. Dak Prescott is going to have a rough day.
Yeah, they're gonna beat the doors off of them, and it's not really gonna be
Mm,
close. I think
no,
that we might see a 2 touchdown differential here. It'll be something like that.
I think it's a 14-point game at least by halftime.
Yeah.
Like I think
Yeah,
this
I'm
game
with
could look like the Super Bowl, but unlike the Super Bowl, I don't have any faith in the Cowboys,
Yeah.
nor do
Not
I
at
have
all.
any feeling to go, when can I bet the Cowboys at plus 1,500 ever again? Um,
That's fair. That's so
so,
fair.
yeah, no,
All right.
this is going to get out of hand.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're kind of in that same boat there on that game. We will
No.
circle back to the Chiefs Chargers here in a couple minutes.
Hmm.
But just starting off with the Sunday games, 1 o'clocks here. The two that I'm most excited about are Panthers, Jags, and Raiders, Patriots.
That's fair. Yes.
And I'm a Steelers fan, and these are the two games I'm most excited to
Yeah,
kind of
those are
see.
the two most intriguing games.
Yes, I'm
Giants
highly
Commanders
intrigued.
would be more intriguing, at least for me, if Jackson Dart was starting.
And he's not.
But since we're rolling out Russ, I don't know. I don't care as much there. But
Yeah, very fair.
yeah, those two are wildly interesting games. Like
Yeah,
I want to know what Drake May looks like. I want to know what the new look Raiders look like with Gino and Pete Carroll.
yeah,
And are the Jags going to look like a bounce back team? And also,
yeah.
honestly, what has Bryce Young got going on? What is he doing?
I'm
How's he
excited. I'm
done?
excited to see him. I'm excited to see
Yeah,
Bryce Young kind of rip it this year, especially having like a true definition of an alpha fit wide receiver. I'm not calling Ted an alpha because he's never played it down in the NFL, but he
Oh, I thought
fits
you were
that
talking about
alpha mold.
Renfro.
Ha, funny. But he fits that alpha mold, so I'm
I
excited to see him with that.
Yeah, no, between that, I don't know. I feel like Renfro is going to be a very good mentor for him even more so than Thielen ever was.
Well, yeah, and
As much as I love Thielen in that role, like it's like Renfro's that guy, dude. Like his footwork
yeah,
is amazing.
that's what I was about to say. He has great footwork. He's a great route runner. So if Tet needs help there, Renfro can really give it to him. I'm happy he's back in the league, more so than anything.
Yeah,
He took
no,
his
like
time away, and he's back. So
yeah, no, and what? Well, he did get cut, and then they traded Thielen, and then went.
well, they
Hey,
always knew what they were
come
gonna
back.
do,
Yeah, yeah.
and Renfro knew he wasn't gonna fucking go anywhere else. So it was just
That's fair. Yeah. But yeah, no, those two are very interesting games.
yes.
I don't know if they'll be the best games.
No, I'm not saying they'll be the best. They're the ones that I'm most interested
1 o'clock window, the Bucks Falcons that might be the game of the 1 o'clock window.
in. We're gonna see quickly if we should be as high on the Bucks as we are.
I not even from that stance. I think that's just going to be the most fun game to watch.
Sure.
I mean, the total set at 47.5,
which is
which
crazy.
I think is tied for the. Oh no, Ravens
No,
Bills.
Ravens
Bills
Bills
is
is
50.5.
That's insane.
Jesus Christ.
Lions Packers 47.5.
Well, I can tell you right now, I would take the under on
Bengals
Ravens
Browns
Bills.
is 47.5.
That's insane. That
And
is
Cowboys Eagles is 47.5. And that's 42 points for the Eagles.
The Eagles might hang up 56.
Yeah. And
So-
if you could take one guess as to who the lowest scoring game is projected,
Gee, I fucking wonder who it is.
I don't know, man.
It's the ultimate race to 18. It's Steelers Jets, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Steelers.
Yeah, I know.
I'm excited.
No, but Bucks Falcons, I feel like that's your highest scoring game of the week.
Oh, I'm in full agreement with you. I think that
Yeah.
game's going to be very
That's going to be fireworks.
well. I don't know if that'll be the highest scoring game, but certainly in the 1 o'clock windows, I think that'll be a lot of big plays.
I don't know if there's a game that's going to touch that.
I mean, it depends on what Ravens team shows up against the Bills and what Bills team shows up against the Ravens.
Yeah, I just think that's going to
the
be
thing.
that's going to be more of a slugfest of like a 27-21 at most kind of thing. Bucks Falcons legitimately could be like 38-33.
It could. It definitely could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that could be the most fun game to watch. But
I'll-
in terms of interest level, yeah, Panthers, Jags, and Raiders, Pats.
Yeah. It's gonna let me know a couple things that I'll pay attention to closely throughout the rest of the season. A game I
Not that
want
we're
to
going
touch
to
on.
overreact to week 1 or anything like that, but
Sure. All right. Quickly touching on the Steelers Jets game. Not to be a homer, I just don't really think this is going to be much of a game because one, I think the Steelers do have a top 3 defense in the NFL again, and I think it's just going to really be a lot for Justin Fields coming into his first game in MetLife, hosting his old team, Aaron Rodgers coming back into MetLife on his first game. Sure, maybe he struggles, but I just don't see the defense having a problem on Sunday.
yeah, now that one, I just want to know what Rodgers and DK look like together.
Yeah, we're gonna find out quick.
I like that part of it, and I also want to know what Justin Fields and Garrett Wilson look like because you and I were talking before this. I think that the Jets are going to be like not a good team, but like competitive. They're not going to be an easy out. I don't feel because of the talent on defense.
Sure.
And I feel like the Justin Fields, Garrett
Sure.
Wilson connection going back to college, like that familiarity is going to be something. So I just need to see it first. Like if they can produce even remotely against the
Yeah.
Steelers, like I feel much better about the Jets.
Yeah,
going
I
forward.
agree.
Again, not as like a playoff team or anything like that, but like for them to get to 7-10.
I'll be shocked if they get 7-10 this year. But I've been wrong. We're all wrong. So
Yeah,
if that's where I'm going to be wrong on, so be it. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on that game real quick
that's fair.
before moving
The
into
one game that doesn't need to be on anybody's quad box, their octabox, whatever fucking amount of boxes you have. Cardinal Saints. Does anybody care?
I mean,
If the
no.
Cardinals,
I'm going to be honest. Any game that the Saints are playing in, I don't care.
yeah, and if the Cardinals win 35-7, does that change anything? If
It
you were
just
high on the Cardinals going into the season,
it just helps.
it doesn't change anything. And if
No,
you were
but it makes me
low
feel
on the
better.
Cardinals, like for you and I, you'll go, yeah, they won 35-7, and I will go, they played the Saints. And even if they do that, like on my end, I go, it means nothing to me. Like,
Yeah,
congrats, you beat Spencer Radler, and
but if they
I don't know
lose this game,
if they
it's bad.
lose this
It's
game.
bad.
Yes,
It's very bad. But
yes,
all I'm saying is the Cardinals did well last year. I just look for them to build on that. But
yeah,
again, they're playing the Saints week 1. That's my pick for number 1 overall. Yeah.
fair enough. Yeah,
All right, moving into the 4 o'clock
that's
window
fair.
here. The real games to kind of take a look at that are going to have that we're not going to talk about here in a minute is the 49ers Seahawks,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it.
I mean, good 4 o'clock window too.
Yeah,
Again,
yeah. Oh, Titans Broncos, I guess, is
Titans, you got the
interesting.
number one pick. I mean, you got Cam Ward there. That's
Something.
again, they're 15 of the 16 games this weekend or this week are intriguing in some
Some
fashion.
sort of narrative being built.
For whatever reason, like there's a reason to watch again 15 of these 16 games. There's one that nobody cares unless you live in Scottsdale or Louisiana. Outside of that, who cares about that game?
Yeah,
Yeah, I want to see what Cam Ward looks like with, I don't know, nothing around him.
yeah, that's true.
And I want to know if the Broncos being the fourth ranked overall roster, fifth ranked overall roster by
Really,
ESPN.
I missed that.
Was it ESPN or whatever? Yeah, you didn't see that whole thing where they
Yeah.
like rated the rosters and they
Huh.
were top five.
That's
And
crazy
I
because
went,
I wouldn't do that.
no, no,
But
I wouldn't do that either. It made me like them even less, honestly. That just kind of pissed me off more than anything.
yeah, that's kind of
Yeah, just
gross.
see what that looks like.
Interesting.
I mean, 7.5 point spread feels like a lot, but I wouldn't touch it just
No,
because
I
Cam
wouldn't touch it.
Ward is a rookie making his first start.
Yeah.
But
Against
and
what
it's
was the
in
best
Denver.
defense last year, he is set up
Yeah,
to fail. I'm not saying they will again be the best defense. I'm just saying they were last year.
yeah, no, that's
And
fair.
you do
Yeah,
have
no,
Pat
it's
Surtain on the other side of the ball. It's not going to be like the
I'm
prettiest game
very
for him, I imagine.
no, but I'm curious to see how lost he looks at times. Like
For
if
sure.
he's got nothing
Yeah.
and just empty behind the eyes, then you go, oh shit, there's real problems there.
Yeah. I
But
agree.
if he's just like, ah, fuck it, let me just let it rip here for a little while, see what happens.
I mean, if
then,
I was the
hey,
number 1 pick, I'd just fucking let it rip. So,
100%, dude.
yeah.
If you gave me a 10-day contract tomorrow,
Exactly. You ain't got nothing to lose.
I am throwing everything at the wall and seeing what sticks.
Yeah, that's fair.
And that kind of feels like what it's like being quarterback for the Titans right now.
Yeah. Speaking of throwing anything at the wall and seeing if it sticks, last game we're going to talk about before we move on here is the Vikings Bears Monday night.
Mm-hmm.
That's in reference specifically to the Bears and what we're going to see from Ben Johnson. Because this man is literally going to throw everything he has out there against the Vikings, which might be the most well-rounded well-rounded team minus quarterback. So I'm curious very much to see where this game goes. This isn't in our 5 picks this week because of JJ McCarthy specifically.
A little in segment tease here.
Oh, we're going to talk about this? All right.
We're going to talk about that game.
All right. Well, then let's move on a little bit
We're
here.
we're gonna touch on that one a little bit here. In a
But
little bit.
I'll give my notes because I'm not touching on it. Uh, I do. I'm interested because I don't have any sort of favor or really idea. I think this is more closer to a even game than a what is this +1.5 for the Bears right now.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to see what McCarthy is before I start having any real feelings about the Vikings as a whole.
That's entirely fair. 100% fair.
Mm-hmm. Um, so I'm very curious about this game. The Bears potentially have a very young and loaded offense, minus running back. They have a newly built offensive line. I want to see how that performs, or if Caleb still puts himself in the position to get sacked constantly.
I think
that's probably.
I think this could be a little weird of a first half.
Yeah.
But collectively, like both sides, like a lower scoring game where Bears have a rebuilt O line. Vikings with McCarthy.
Vikings have a rebuilt D line, technically. I mean, not technically, they do.
I'm just saying offense. It's just on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah,
like this could be a kind of a dead first half of a Monday night game.
True.
If I had to lean one way, I feel like it could be kind of a clunker at first until everybody kind of settles in.
Yeah.
Kind of like, honestly, the Texas-Ohio State game.
Okay. Yeah.
Where the first half of that was just weird. I mean, it's Arch's first start. It's Sayan's first start. Like, it was a rough first half watch and defense dominated.
Mm-hmm.
I think you could see a little bit of that on Monday night just because it's a lot of new going on the offensive sides of the ball there. But
yeah.
Still, I think definitely a worthwhile watch.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that here in a bit. Let's get into our week 1 picks.
Week 1 picks. So last year we started this halfway through the season.
Yeah, I think it was like week 11. Something like that.
I was gonna say it would have been
maybe
a little after
sooner.
halfway through.
Yeah,
it was
maybe
right
like
around that time.
Week 9, week 10.
I'm not 100% sure. However, new scoring system on this. Because I think even we changed it a little bit after like 2 weeks. Last year we were doing it on the fly. I don't know. We're new. It is what it is. So new scoring system on this. We pick our 4 games. The structure is the same. We have the 4 games that we agree upon that we're going to pick.
Yes.
And then we have our 1 upset pick. Last year we did 1 point for the picks, 2 points if we got the upset right. Changing it up this year. 4 games are worth 5 points. Our upset pick is 3 points for a cover, 5 points plus the spread number if they outright win the game. So, with that being said, there's potential for big swings in this.
Yeah.
We are incentivizing finding real upsets. No, technically they're a half-point underdog. We'll play that one here.
Yeah.
I mean, technically you could if you wanted to.
But that's
We're
not
trying to ice out the clock a little bit there.
That's not what we're doing right now.
But we are incentivizing taking big swings this year.
Yeah.
Because why not?
The 4 games we're going with week 1. Chiefs, Chargers, Texans, Rams, Lions, Packers, Ravens, Bills. And then our 5th game is whatever we choose. And we'll get into that.
There are underdog picks. Yeah.
Yes.
So, Which game would you like to start with here?
Let's start Friday night in Brazil. Chiefs, Chargers.
Go in order
Who
here.
do
Chiefs Chargers.
you have?
Uh, I
It's a
don't
weird
know.
game. It's a weird
It's a
game.
weird game. I hate
It was
these
a
Brazil
weird game last year down in
games.
Brazil for this, so I'm curious to see where your head's
I'm
at.
gonna go with my gut on this one here. I'm actually making my pick right now because I was just like, I don't know because of the Brazil game and everything like that. But last year, I was one of my week one picks was I was taking the Eagles against the spread there. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs.
Okay,
I am.
that's fair.
I want to know what the Chargers look like without Rashawn Slater before I make firm judgments on them. I still
Yeah.
think they're going to be a playoff team. I think they're going to go through a little bit of a growing pains kind of thing to start
Okay.
the year with it between
Yeah.
Rashawn Slater, new running back room with figuring out Amari and Hampton, and Fetty Wap. I mean, Najee Harris.
He said he's gonna
Um,
play. I highly doubt he wouldn't take off his sunglasses during his interview today. Hilariously enough, he wore them the entire time.
do you know what he said when they asked him if he was going to play?
What did
Yeah,
he say?
bye.
So
I hated
I
it as much as you did, but like, yeah, I already
I took
jumped
the
in on that one.
Chargers. I'm gonna ignore that. I went with the Chargers in this one. Um, just based on the vibes as well. So Chiefs are going to be without Rasheed Rice for the first 6 games of the season. That also happened last week. They finally made a decision on that without even waiting for his hearing, which is first potentially in the NFL. So I'm happy they did that. Made a lot of people kind of satisfied with that decision and
Mhm.
result. So I'm curious to see what the Chiefs' offense is going to look like without him. Leaning on Xavier Worthy, leaning potentially on Hollywood Brown and what he could look like in the full season, but you don't have an intermediate guy now. It's just two deep threats on the outside, and that's really about it. So I'm curious to see how that kind of is going to balance out in the offensive ball and what Travis Kelce is going to look like. Is he going to be as dominant as he has been? Or is he going to have another slow start to his year? I don't know. I know what you're doing. And yeah, there it is. All right, turn out. We're gonna get demonetized. We can't afford that. Um,
Demonetized. What money do you think we're making off of this?
exactly. They're gonna charge us. We're gonna lose
We are.
money.
We're gonna get. No,
They're,
I
they're gonna
stayed under
send you
our
a
15
bill.
seconds. I stayed under our 15 seconds
Yeah,
that we're allowed to
yeah.
use.
That's why I was like, cut
We're
that.
good.
So, I also don't love what the Chiefs have in the running game this year. I don't. I'm on Isaiah Pacheco as a whole.
Mhm.
I'll talk about that here in a little bit. Not really much of a surprise. And yes, the Chiefs have a good defense, but I'm going to lean on the Chargers offense being able to mesh pretty quickly with Herbert and Ladd and having Keenan back in the fold,
Mhm.
having a young running game going now behind Amari and Hampton, and something that Harbaugh was actually looking for when he came over. So I'm going to lean on that in the Chargers to steal one during this week one matchup.
Yeah, now I'm with you. I just, with how weird the out of country games are, like this
Yeah.
one, I just lean with what I feel is more established.
Super fair. I'm
So,
not going to doubt you for that one. All right.
but look at that. Look at that. 1 for 1. We're already
We're
on
different.
opposite sides. All right. What's
Game
next?
number 2. I got Texans Rams next on the slate here. I'll just go into my pick. It's probably not going to be a shock to anybody. I'm going with the Rams.
Me too.
They're at home for this game, correct?
Yeah, it's in there. I think they're 2.5 point favorites.
I see them as 3,
I was
but
gonna say, yeah,
wouldn't
it's
be.
got to be somewhere close to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm showing. Oh yeah, I'm up to 3 now. It did Line moved actually. Yeah, that one. And also, since we started, Cowboys Eagles went from a 7.5 point spread to 8.5.
That's crazy.
So we are getting movement on stuff
Yeah.
big time. Yeah, no, I'm with you on that, Till. Stafford is rested, unless Stafford is like really legitimately hurt, which I mean we'll find out. I feel like probably pretty quickly in this
I
game.
mean,
Is
they said
that
he's yeah,
with
they said he's playing.
yeah? I mean with Houston's defense, I mean if he takes a couple shots and he comes up a little bit limp, then
Maybe,
I
but
feel better about fading the Rams a little bit more this year. If he gets popped by Will Anderson and bounces right back up, I'm gonna go. All right, well, they were just fucking with everybody, weren't they? But I think just regardless in LA, not that it's the biggest home field advantage, but I just Texans line still scares me a lot. I'm not that high on the Texans this year. Again, I think Rams defensive front, especially with Verse, could do some real damage
yeah,
to Stroud here.
yeah, I'm in full
Yeah, I'm with you.
agreement. Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
pretty
we don't.
easy one. I like the Texans still. I just don't think this is a good matchup for them in the first week. I
Mhm.
just like what the Rams have built on the defensive side of the ball. They're very young, and they're proven themselves last year, and they're kind of building on that now. And then I do like the O line significantly more that the Rams have there.
Yeah, no,
Game number
that's
three
fair.
we have here is Lions Packers. I know we already differ on
We're
this,
yeah, we're gonna be different on this one
and
too.
that's fine. I picked the Lions, you
Hmm.
picked the Packers.
Yep.
I don't know what Mike is gonna look like going into this game if he's fully healthy, whatever. I saw a thing today about him needing epidural shots. I know it's
I
all
don't.
bullshit. Yeah,
Just
I don't know.
that's a money saving report
Yeah,
more than
yeah,
anything.
for sure. Um, I'm curious to see obviously what the Lions offense and defense are going to look like after losing their coordinators. Getting a
Hmm.
nice challenge here against the Packers in week one, but I still know what I'm getting with Goff on a week over week basis. I know what that offense tends to look like. Obviously, scheming is going to be slightly different this year as compared to last, but
Hmm.
I do think they're going to be the more consistent team. They're going to be the better team at the end of the day. I could be wrong, and I'll eat my words, but that's just kind of where I'm leaning right now.
Yeah, so again, little tease again. This is coming up again in a little bit here, but I just don't. Said this before too. Losses on the interior of the O line for the Lions scares me. The
For
one
sure.
way, like the not the one way, but the best way to beat Goff is giving him pressure up the middle. I think guard center guard combo there is going to put him in dire straits. I think losing both Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn is real. Like they're going to feel that, especially at the beginning of the season. They
Sure.
might be fine by week 8, and I could be wrong about the Lions at some point in time. I just don't think week 1 is that time.
Sure. Sure.
Like I think there's going to be a feeling out process to know what's going on there. Um, and I mean, Dan Campbell said it. What was it a week ago? That after the first preseason game, he's like, it's preseason, whatever, and like downplayed it. But then they had, after 3 preseason games, he's just like, no, this is concerning a little bit. Like they looked sloppy. It
Mhm.
wasn't just not that it was the ones playing and everything like that, but it was just like nobody was really getting communication. They just kind of looked all over the place. It did nothing looked cohesive with
Cohesive.
them,
No.
and even in the preseason, and that's what scares me even more about
Sure.
the Lions.
Sure.
Like again, I think they're taking a step back regardless this year, but
I mean, it's hard to not take
The
at least somewhat of a step back from last
that
season.
combo, I mean, yeah, I mean, they're obviously going to. I mean, you win 15 games, you're not going to win 15 games again the next year. Like
Yeah,
that
that's just the
part of
way
it,
it
but
is.
I mean, I had them around like a 9-win team this year.
I think they get 11 minimum.
I think 10 is a huge win for them this year. Like I don't think they
See.
get any more than 10.
Yeah, we'll see.
Um, so that's kind of where I lean in this one. I think even just like you were saying, like, I don't know what Mike is going to look like. I think just the new star player bump is going to be enough.
That's fair.
Like I
Yeah,
think
he's
there's
he's
just going to
definitely
be
gonna take
enough
attention away.
hype. Well, I mean, not even that. I just think just like everybody in the locker room is going to be like, man, we got Micah Parsons. Like this is like everybody's
Oh,
chomping at the bit
yeah,
to
yeah,
just get out onto the field, and it's going to turn into something
yeah.
even more so, like a new coach bump kind of thing. Like you fire your coach, you get an interim one, everybody looks better for a week, kind of thing.
Unless you're the Bears. Yeah,
That's true.
yeah, yeah. Definitely. I it's a hard decision either way. I like both of these teams, so it's like I'm picking at needles here to like really make a decision. I'm just
That's
gonna
fair.
trust the consistency from the Lions that I saw last year, and the what I'm going to assume is going to continue this year in some formality. Again, my questions on the Packers do not lie with the defense. They did.
It's
Micah Parsons solves a
whether or
bit of
not
that.
Jordan Love can be a functional human being for a full 4 quarters.
I mean, it's again, Toyotathon doesn't start until October. We're not in October. Talk to me then, and we'll have a conversation. But moving on to Sunday night game, Ravens Bills, and we're
Well, we
gonna
know.
differ here again.
Yeah, I was gonna say we know what I'm picking. Um,
So I
revenge game.
struggled. Yeah, I struggled here as well. I really you know where my end all be all pick is with the Ravens. However, I I don't know. I know Lamar on the road sometimes can struggle a little bit, so this is one of those like instances like week one tremors, whatnot.
So a week ago, not even a week ago, this
Okay.
was a half-point spread. Ravens were half-point dogs. It is now moved to Ravens being 1.5-point dogs.
Okay. I mean
Harbaugh
that
is
that
good as a dog, better at home as a dog, which most people are, but there's a lot of juice on the Bills here, and that weirdly confirms to me Ravens are taking this game. Revenge game. I think Mark Andrews could have a very big game, and that still won't change any part of me that says trade him.
interesting. Interesting.
Um, yeah, this is. I mean, you saw what happened last year when they played. These two teams played each other, and if I'm going to be honest, and I don't think I'm being biased in saying this, the Ravens upgraded more than the Bills did this offseason.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, I'm not
I don't
disagreeing
think
with
that's a
that.
biased take at all.
I don't think the
Like,
Bills really changed a whole lot as a
yeah,
team, which isn't a
and
negative thing either.
no, it's not. It's not terrible, but like you had James Cook holding out for a contract, whatever, blah blah blah, and all that fun stuff. Like that, they had more noise in the offseason. The Ravens just brought in
A little bit.
Jair Alexander, drafted
Nice.
well again. At least guys that most people liked. I mean, you get a steal in Mike Green in the second round, doesn't know when to stop. Um,
Technically get a steal and Malachi starts in the first. But
yeah, I mean,
hmm
like the Ravens did more to re up, and I mean, fair is fair. I mean, you're getting regular season Lamar, not postseason Lamar, meaning
yeah.
he's not going to have the worst half of football he's had all season long in week one. And
You would
again,
hope, but
I will still contest he did play well in that game, and it was two fluky plays. That's where those turnovers came from in that game. But we don't have to rehash
The
second
worst
round of
day
the
of their
playoffs
life.
last year.
Yeah.
It was not fun. I was at work that day, and we had it on, and Mark Andrews dropped that ball, and somebody took the remote and changed it, and they were like, "You should go downstairs for a little bit." And I went, "I'm going to." Um,
Yeah,
so
it's
for
probably a
all
good
of
thing.
those reasons, I am 100% on the Ravens on this one.
Yeah.
100%. I don't think it's going to be like last year when they played each other in the regular season where it was over by halftime. But like I think it is going to be a good game. It's Sunday Night Football, all that fun
Yeah.
stuff.
I
But
think it'll be a very
I'm on
close
the
game.
Ravens side on this.
Yeah. I just like Josh Allen. I think Josh Allen is a good team leader for that organization. He always has been for these last few years. He really puts team on his back when you need him to.
Right,
I
and if
think
he doesn't, then the NFL just changes rules for
we're not getting into this right now. I think um, you see a step up from Khalil Shakir this year. I think Keon Coleman takes a bit of a step this year. Same with Dalton Kincaid. They all move in that direction that the offense needs. I think James Cook's probably going to take a step back. He's not going to score 20 touchdowns, but
Yes, I still like the Bills, but I'm with you on Keon Coleman. I think Keon Coleman has a much better year than he did last year, and he had a good year last year. But I think he becomes more of a focal point for that offense, and
potentially for
they
sure.
scale back on James Cook. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, Bills defense just will continue to consistently play well. So
Mm-hmm. That's
if this
McDermott.
game was in Baltimore, I like the Ravens. Since it's in Buffalo, I'm taking the Bills. That's like the difference maker at this point to me.
Yeah, no, it's weird. The spread has moved, but the money line odds have not changed
Interesting.
at all. Like,
Okay.
yeah, it's a 1.5 point spread now, but Ravens are money line minus 108, Bills are minus 112. So nobody's really touching money lines, even though it's a 0.5 point spread. Everybody's betting spread. I don't really understand
Yeah.
that when it was a 0.5 point, but like the money line odds have just not changed at all. I
Interesting.
don't know if it's balancing out now, I guess, but
Yeah.
like from what I'm seeing, at least, like just a weird thing. But again, I would take the under in this game.
Yeah. All right. Who is your underdog pick of the week?
My underdog pick of the week, and this is a two-parter, as it usually is. The Browns over the Bengals at
I knew you were gonna do that.
now plus 5.5. It was plus
Yes.
6. It's gotten bet down to plus 5.5.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, I'm going to go through all this again in a minute here, but Burrow is 3-5 against the Browns. He is 1-3 in Cleveland, which is another just weird thing that happens. Bengals O line, we saw it in the preseason. That's not good. Myles Garrett could feast on this game. He averages, here's the other part of it too. Burrow against the Browns averages 3.5 sacks a game. Like that could come up big against the Browns there too. I just there's so many parts of this. I don't buy it, and if you're gonna get a Joe Flacco gem, it's gonna
Yeah.
be early in the year.
That's
It's
fair.
gonna be week 1. Like I mean,
Before he
like
gets
there's
gassed. Yeah.
exactly like the dude's old. He's not playing. He's not giving you 17 games of awesome. But if he's
Yeah.
gonna load up for one, it's gonna be week 1.
Fair.
And
That's
a
fair.
division game, and he's always played well against the Bengals too. Like I like this. I like the Browns here, and
No,
for so
I
many
don't.
reasons.
Yeah, I don't hate it. Um, if the Browns are gonna win a game sneakily, this is probably the week to do it. For
And Bengals always start slow.
yeah, and that's the other thing. Always bet against the Bengals early in the year. My pick, I teased it a little bit earlier, is Panthers Jags. Panthers
Yeah,
over the
fair enough.
Jags.
What's the
Uh,
line on that? I'm
is it three and a
showing
half?
3.5.
Okay. Yeah, I like it. I mean, I would have liked the Panthers going the other way, but just give me that all day long. They're I think they're probably going to be the better team at the end of the day. Upgraded along the defensive line. Trevor Lawrence takes terrible sacks consistently. I just think it could be. I mean, worst case scenario, it's a shootout, and the Panthers have shown they're able to keep up in those games, and that was before they upgraded on offense. So I think, given the upgrades, given the new who'd they bring in on as a running back? Guy from Cowboys last year. What is his name?
Oh, Dowdle.
Yeah, Rico. Giving him now a backup
It's
job
him
behind
and
Chuba.
yeah,
I mean, I really like Chuba, so Chuba Dowdle combination there. That helps him. Then with Ted. Then with what is Big Bam's name?
Renfro and
Not
Xavier
Renfro.
Legette.
Yeah, Leggett. Give Big Country and Ted on
Big
the outside. Renfro
Spare
running the
moose.
yeah. Jesus Christ. I just think this could be the start of what the Panthers and Bryce Young could be going forward.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
And Jaguars don't have a good defense. No surprise, you guys all know my true feelings on Trevor Lawrence. Not very high on him. I do love BTJ, have since he was in college. Had a good feeling about him going into the NFL. And he proved that last year, that those feelings were correct. However, I just like the Panthers a lot more. And I like them in this game. Because I do have them making the playoffs, and I do want to see them. Oh, no, I have them just missing the playoffs.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was at on that.
Yeah, that's right.
I think they'll be fine. I don't agree
With this game?
I think if there's a tune-up game for Trevor Lawrence on this schedule with the new coach and everything like that, it's this one.
I mean, it's the battle of Tampa Bay OCs. That's what this game is.
This is, yeah, it is true.
I'll take Canales all day.
I'll take Duval.
Jesus Christ. That's good. All right.
All right.
Let's move on here a little bit.
So I'll get into my picks here real quick since I teased a couple of them already here. Just did the Browns plus 5.5 against the Bengals there. Kind of just listed off everything I had on that one. Burrow not good against the Browns in so many facets. Burrow not good in September. Bengals, again, we saw it in the preseason. They were running their ones out there in terms of offensive line and defense. They were still getting worked. Think Joe Flacco, if you're going to get a gem, it's going to be this one. So that's my big one. Again, we talked about it a little bit there. Packers minus now 2.5 against the Lions.
Mm-hmm.
Same kind of thing. You know, the Lions side of that, I brought up their new coordinators on both sides. Dan Campbell even admitted there's some concern from within the building there about how they feel, you know, coming out of preseason there. It was a little bit shaky. Also, last year, Packers won 10 games last year. They were 1-5 against the division, and they were 1-5 against the spread within division. I don't think that is an outlier year for the Packers since LaFleur has been there, and probably even longer than that. It doesn't sit right. Yeah, they're sorry, I had it written down here too. They were 4-2 against the spread in division in 2023. They've been good consistently against the division. Last year was just a weird year where the Vikings exploded like crazy. Lions won 15 games and then they split with the Bears. Like it was just a weird year.
Yeah.
Packers are also 6-4 as a home favorite since 2023. And LaFleur does well against the spread just in general anyway. I like the Packers here a lot, and again, I think they're going to get a little bit of a boost from having Micah Parsons just being in the building.
Fair.
Um,
Yeah.
just an extra boost of energy more than anything, where people are going to play a little bit more out of their shoes than maybe they were going to ahead of time there. Next one I have uh, Seattle plus 2.5 against the Niners. Shanahan isn't good against the Niners or
Hmm.
against the Seahawks here. He's 7-10, and since he's been the coach of the Niners, um, and some of those games haven't been close, and he's lost games that he shouldn't. Remember a couple of years ago, they lost the game they had no business losing in Seattle. Um, for whatever reason, it's just like a weird thing that he has going on there. I don't like that Ricky Pearsall is probably going to be the wide receiver one for the Niners in on Sunday. Like that doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah.
Um, Niners defense is also very young. This is a Niners team that could take some time to kind of get going. Again, I could be wrong on the Niners. I'm very low on them again, but if the young defense gets going, it could be something. But again, week one, don't love the spot. Um, and Seattle's defense was really good last year.
Hmm.
Like
Definitely
the
better
question
than
marks
I
are
anticipated it.
yes, they were very good last year. 10th in DVOA last year actually, which was I was kind of impressed with. I didn't realize it was that as high as it was. So I think a second year of or not Mike McDaniel.
Mike McDonald.
Yeah, that's the
Gotcha.
one. Jesus Christ. Um, that'll help there. They upgraded the O line, even though I don't think it's a great O line. I think Sam Darnold, his athleticism gets rid of some weaknesses that you had there, letting him, he's going to have to move at some point
Yeah.
this year, and especially probably in this game too. Um,
Interesting.
I think it gives you a little bit of a security blanket there.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, Seattle plus two
Interesting.
and a half. Again, tease this one a little bit here. Bears plus 1.5. Make sure that's still the line on this one. I believe it is. Yeah, Bears plus 1.5 against the Vikings. Ben Johnson, if you had to guess, since he was the OC in Detroit, what do you think his record was against the Vikings?
6-0.
He was 5-1,
5-1. Okay.
4-0 against Brian Flores defenses
Interesting.
in
Okay.
Minnesota, and averages 30.5 points per game.
Okay.
He scored 30 twice and 31 twice against
Hmm.
Brian Flores coached defenses.
Okay.
Ben Johnson is going to have the Bears ready. Rebuilt O line, offensive weapons. I'm not saying he's putting up 30
No.
with Caleb in his first game with a Ben Johnson offense, but I'm very confident in the Bears handling their business in this game.
I am. This is just me overall, because we didn't really talk too heavily on this. I'm just not ready to plant my flag there. I do love Ben Johnson. That's not where my questions lie. My questions do lie with Caleb.
Mm-hmm.
He had a good season last year. Made a lot of stupid mistakes. I've seen some stuff throughout the course of the preseason and training camp that still worry me quite a bit. I want to see it in game. I want to see him be smarter with the football in his hand, make the necessary plays to really prove to me that he is that generational talent that he was drafted number one overall to be. Because that's just the whole issue with
I
these guys
just
that have been propped up.
I
It's
feel
not just
like
him. It's been Trevor. It's been
no,
others
I
that
know,
never
but
live up.
like specifically with Caleb, I feel like the pendulum has swung so far in the other direction where people are
I'm not saying.
talking
Well,
now,
that's
is
like.
he a bust? Okay,
I'm not calling him even close to that. I'm just
no, but
saying.
like if
I
you
want to.
okay, if you had
Yeah.
to guess what his year was last year,
I know what his year was. He had 3,800 yards, 23
35.
touchdowns. Okay, 3,500 yards,
3,500 yards,
20.
20 touchdowns, 6 picks,
Yeah,
63% completion. The only
it's not
thing that
bad.
was
It's not a
concerning
bad
there was
season.
the 68 sacks. That's a lot.
It's a lot, and
That's
a lot of
unnecessarily large. Yeah.
and what's even more unfortunate is it wasn't necessarily all the O line. That's crazy. Pissed.
Mm.
It wasn't all the
Mom's
O
home.
line's fault going on that. It
No,
was a
yes,
lot of
and I will agree
he's
with that
making
part.
bad decisions.
He
I need
wants
to see him be
he's
better
trying
with
to
the
extend
ball.
plays and he's trying to do what he did in college, but like, buddy,
It's not college.
you're not that fast. You're not fast
Not
enough to get
only is
away
he
from
not that
NFL
fast,
defenders.
these are the fastest and biggest men you'll ever see in your life.
Yeah.
And they are trying to murder you. And they will. And
Yes.
that is what I need to see him be better at.
Right.
So
No,
until I
I'm
see
with you
that, it's just
on that.
that, and I've never seen a
I just
Bears
think
team
that
truly
part of
be
that
that.
it was the running away combined with I don't think he trusted what NFL Open is versus college Open. It's
Yeah,
like all right,
if he
because
goes
he
out there
has
week one and shows me that, hell yeah, I'm all
yeah,
there.
and I think you're going to see more of that, and Ben Johnson is going to spell it out better for him.
I
You know
think
what I mean?
what
Like
the
even just
best
in
thing,
terms of play design and the system that they're going to run is that he's going to see more.
yeah, I
You know
think
what I
the
mean?
best
Like
thing
he's going to
Ben could
help
do.
with that a lot.
Yeah, best thing Ben could do for Caleb, especially early on in the season, is simplify the playbook. Make it as simple as possible.
Yep.
Don't get crazy. Don't get fun like you did in
No.
Detroit because you could because all those guys knew their
I
role,
mean,
knew
yeah,
what they were
Goff
doing.
had been around. It was, Goff second
It's
team, everything like that. You
you
can play
need to
around a little
make
bit more.
yeah you need
Yes.
to make it very simple for Caleb, which is
Yeah.
kind of fucked up to say, but you just do, and I
Yes,
think that's where he
you need to get him more comfortable than he was
yeah
last year because he was
I
not.
think
He just
yeah
wasn't even remotely comfortable with anything that was going on around him
yeah
last year.
I think it could be a big benefit for them going forward,
Yeah,
but we'll see. I
100%.
want to see what that looks like. It's not really a game I'd be willing to touch personally. All right, you got
Yeah.
anything else on there?
I got my last one here,
Okay,
and you're gonna hate it.
I hate all of them, so.
That's fair. Um, did that just shift again? The hell? All right. Colts now -1.5. Hold on, let me reset this because I had them at -1.5, and then it shifted to plus half a point. So back to -1.5. Weird. Huh. I don't know what happened there. Anyway, Colts -1.5 against the Dolphins at home. Mike McDaniel 7-10 as a road dog. Shane Steichen 8-5 as a favorite just in general. I don't like anything from the Dolphins. I said this before. I think McDaniel gets fired very quickly. He's already favored to be the first coach fired. And I think this is the first step in that. Again, I think Daniel Jones is going to be able to run the Shane Steichen offense the way Shane Steichen wants it to, better than Anthony Richardson was, which that's not slighting. I'm not intending to slight Anthony Richardson
No,
or
you've done that
say I'm
enough.
really high. I've done that enough. But in this particular moment, I'm not trying to slight Anthony Richardson and I'm not trying to prop Daniel Jones up. I don't think Daniel Jones is a top 20 quarterback, but I think with what Shane Steichen wants to do, I think Daniel Jones is the better fit. And he might throw 18 passes in this game. But if he goes 12 of 18, I think that puts him in a good position. If
Yeah.
the Dolphins have nothing going on defense. There's nothing.
Fair.
There's nothing that would intimidate me. This could be Jonathan Taylor all day long. Couple dump offs to Tyler Warren and mix in with a couple drag routes, and then you take 2 shots to A.D. Mitchell and Michael Pittman on a crosser at some point. Like,
Yeah.
I like this a lot, actually.
Yeah. I get it.
So that's where we're at.
That's where
Those are the 5 picks for week 1. First one's in. Hoping to have a better year than last year because last year sucked.
probably not. All right, let's get into fantasy real quick. I got some guys I like, some guys I don't. A lot of it contradicts everything Asher just said.
Yep. I feel like that's the theme of this year so far, actually.
Yeah, we just contradict
We
each
are
other
much less
constantly.
aligned on a lot of
A
things
lot of
this
our
year.
visions, which is fine. It makes for good stuff. Guys I like this week, quarterbacks, Baker versus Falcons. We kind of talked about this earlier. Expect a high-scoring game. Baker's going to continue to sling the ball this year. You all know we're both high on the Bucks. And I don't feel the same way about Penix in this game just because I want to see him do it a lot more. We got a small sample size last year and it was a little inconsistent, so I want to see him be more proven week over week before I start really talking about him. Other quarterback I like this week is Drake May versus the Raiders. I want to see him in this offense, new system, see what he can do. I'm very high on Drake May. Raiders don't have a great secondary or a great defense overall. They have a great front four. Outside of that, it's not a lot. And the Patriots have fully kind of rebuilt that O-line. So I want to see what that looks like. But
And
Drake
finally
May
got
is
rid
at
of Cole Strange and stopped doing that fucking
yeah,
project.
yeah. Well,
Thank you,
that
Mike
wasn't
Vrabel, for that.
yeah, that wasn't Vrabel.
I think
So
you should.
Vrabel's
I think we should give Mike Vrabel Coach of the Year just for cutting Cole Strange.
yeah. But Drake May's athletic, can get outside the pocket and make plays. So I'm excited to kind of see what that offense is going to look like. But I like Drake May this week specifically against the Raiders. Running backs I like Chase Brown against the Browns. He can get out in the flat. He can make plays. He can kind of just be that do it all 3-down back for you. And going up against this Browns defense outside of Myles Garrett, there's not a whole lot to love because their secondary is quite injured consistently,
Yeah.
specifically right now with Emerson out for the year. So I like Chase Brown, whether that's pass catching or running, either of which I think he's going to have a good game. To nobody's surprise, I have Ashton Jeanty against the Patriots. This is my guy this year. I'm riding or dying. If I did redraft fantasy football, he would have been picked by me in all of my leagues. I think Pete Carroll loves him. He wants to give him the ball constantly. He's built to be a NFL workhorse, and he's going to be used like that. You saw what Carroll did with Marshawn Lynch for 5 straight seasons. He's going to do the same with Jeanty. And I'm excited to see it. Last one on here, and this is if he's healthy and ready to go week 1, it's Achane versus the Colts.
Ooh.
Colts defense as a whole is pretty shaky. Don't have a great front four. A lot of question marks there. And I like Achane to kind of be that pass catching role this week, make those plays, get the dump offs, make the big gainers. I mean, he only touches the ball maybe 22 times a game, but he's going to make each one of those plays be flashy. And I'm not ever high on Achane, but this week specifically I am.
Yeah, he's so boomer bust. And there's not really any in between.
Yeah, I think this week in particular, I really like him. Wide receivers, Neighbors versus the Commanders. I like him just because he's going to see the volume this week. I probably see 12 to 14 targets.
I was going to say, that's probably going to be all year.
Yeah, and specifically this week, probably 12 to 14 targets. I'm curious to see his relationship with Russ and see if they can kind of do something there. But because Neighbors works really well with the intermediate, not the most prolific down the field guy, but really you don't need that. You shouldn't. So I'm excited to kind of see how that plays out. Other guy on here, you can't believe I'm actually put him on this list, is Pittman versus the Dolphins. This is hilarious. I know. I knew you're gonna love that one. Um, I like Pittman.
You love
Just in
Pittman
this,
though too.
I do. I
Like
do
just in
love Pittman,
general.
but I like him no matter what in this offense, and especially against the Dolphins, mainly because that defense is so bad,
Yeah.
and that secondary is it's desolate. There's nothing. They just
No, they're
signed
not
somebody
even
off the
just on the
street last
secondary.
week.
There is no defense on that team.
Well, oh yeah. I mean, they're consistently hurt, banged up. Right now, it's like Minka Fitzpatrick in a dream.
I was gonna say it's Mink and 10
Bradley
other
Chubb,
dudes.
Bradley Chubb's there. Jordan Phillips, Jalen Phillips. I'm sorry. But I think Phillips is still recovering from his ACL last year, so don't quote me on that. I could be very wrong, but whatever. I just like Pittman to see a lot of targets and to be able to really make the play, especially in the red zone. He's that big body guy you're looking for. I'm curious to see what Tyler Warren takes away from him in this. I haven't seen it yet, so I can't say. But until then, I like Pittman.
Yeah.
Last guy on this list, this is a little bit of a projection, is Tet against the Jags. Kind of similar scenario. I don't know what Jacksonville's going to look like in the secondary. Yes, they added Travis Hunter, but he's going to be splitting his time between offense and defense. What's the percentage on both? You're not having him play 100% of snaps. You're a psychopath if you do. This is a much different game than college. So,
Travis Hunter,
and
8 catches, 100 yards, and a pick. Not even a thumbs down on that. That was perfect. I didn't even move.
that might have been the greatest thing that we've ever been gifted. So, to continue, I think Ted's going to show out a little bit here, really be able to make some plays, and be that, like I said, alpha receiver that Bryce has been looking for the last 2 years. So, two tight ends I like real quick. Trey Bride versus the Saints. There's not a whole lot more to be said there.
Yeah.
Other guy I like is Tucker Kraft against the Lions. I think he is the safety blanket that Jordan Love needs, and if he continues to stay healthy, he's going to continue to make the plays in that team.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because I don't know what wide receivers actually going to be good there. And then quickly, guys, I don't like this week. Justin Fields against Steelers. Talked about that earlier. You guys know my opinions. Guy we didn't talk about
Fair.
on my side, Darnold versus the Niners. I think there is a little bit of growing pains there, getting him worked into the system, really seeing what he's going to look like. I'm not saying they're going to win the game, lose the game. I just don't love him this week. Kind of want to see how that goes. Because even last year on the Vikings,
he has like a real, especially like fantasy wise. Like I don't think he's gonna have like a big.
Yeah, I mean down the
output.
stretch last year in Minnesota, his volume certainly tanked a little bit.
Yeah.
I had him, so I know. Two running backs on this list that kind of talked about it again. James Cook versus the Ravens. I don't love him this week at all. I think he's going to be a kind of moot point in that game. Going to kind of get taken out pretty quickly. He might get a touchdown, but I don't really see much outside of that. And the other guy is Isaiah Pacheco. Again, I hate the Chiefs' backfield. I don't like Pacheco. He's consistently fallen off since his rookie year. He's going into year 3 or 4 right now. And it's just kind of like...
He doesn't do anything during the regular season. He's fine in the postseason.
Yeah,
but that's about it. And even then, it's just like he does a little bit more.
And he's not giving you anything in the passing game. Wide receivers, I don't like this week. Garrett Wilson versus the Steelers. Again, I need to see that connection before I can bet on it. Otherwise, I think he's going to struggle against one of the 3 cornerbacks he goes up against, whether it's Slay, JPJ, or Ramsey. He's going to have a hard time. And then the other one is Tyreek against the Colts. I think we finally see the drop off. I think that he is 1 foot out the door of the NFL as a whole.
I was gonna say,
And
I don't even know about the drop off. I just feel like he just doesn't want to be there.
yeah, I think there's a world where Tyreek does get traded mid-season, whether that be
Oh,
back to Kansas
100%.
City or somewhere else. And the two tight ends I don't love this week are Mark Andrews against the Bills. One, I think he does take a step back this season within
Yes.
that offense. I think they probably prop Isaiah Likely up a little bit. He's more athletic, makes some bigger plays. Mark Andrews more of a safety valve, whether that's over the middle of the field or in the red zone, as long as he's not dropping the ball. And then the other tight end
I
I
mean,
don't
I
love
said
this
that
week.
last year with Mark Andrews, and then he just rattled off 8 straight games with a touchdown that saved him more than
But that was
anything.
about it. Yeah, that was about
Yeah,
all of
like
it.
I
So
mean,
yeah,
I think if you look at those numbers, I don't have them readily available or anything
yeah,
like that, but like likely, and especially like the broken plays. I don't know if you've noticed this, but like every broken Lamar play where he has to like scramble around, the offensive line collapses, and he's just like doing Superman shit. Who's the guy he hits every single time? It's fucking Isaiah Likely. It's the most
yeah,
insane thing. Like he's always
yeah.
finding
It
him
is.
on those broken plays,
It's definitely crazy seeing how that kind of breaks out. So
like
that's
very
kind of my
quickly.
views. That's kind of my views on Andrew. And then the other guy you have here is Colson Loveland. I don't know how
Hmm.
he's going to fit into that offense, especially with Cole Kmet and then your other three big time wide receivers that you have potentially with DJ Moore, Roma Dunze, who's projected to take a massive bump up this year. And then now you have Luther Burden, who can play that slot, who can do other things for you. So I'm curious to see how that looks. I think Colson Loveland might take a seat back this week while the other guys kind of get propped up. But again, I could be wrong. That's just my gut feeling because it's a rookie tight end
Yeah, I was
who
gonna say too.
doesn't
Even
block.
just with the Bears, like I feel like you want to have Caleb, probably Swift, but like Adunze, Burden, DJ Moore, Loveland,
It's a crap.
Komet.
It's a crapshoot.
You just don't know because I think they're all gonna like. I That's the other reason I like the Bears too. Is like I think Ben Johnson just looks at this team and goes, "Look at all these toys that I have to play with."
For
Like,
sure. I just
like
wanted. I
I
want to
can do
see it.
so
I just want
many
to see it.
things. I mean, it's more
I
than
just
what
want
he
to see
had
it.
in as good as the Lions were. It's more than what he had there. He had St. Brown, Laporta, Gibbs as
Jameson,
like
you JMO.
yeah, but
Is
like
that
he was
deep guy?
so. I mean, well, he couldn't stay off DraftKings either. Um,
Yeah, yeah, but
like,
yeah, we'll get into the Bears, I'm sure, more as the season goes
mhm,
and as our questions are answered and see kind of what this team is going to look like going forward. You're going to have more ideas coming next week with us when we start our top 10s, see what that's
mhm.
going to look like, and then we're going to give our opinions a lot harder. But right now, it's just a lot of talk, a lot of generalization, and after week one, I'm sure we won't have any overreactions at all.
No, no. Why would we do that?
That's not us.
It doesn't even sound remotely like
Remotely.
anything we
No,
would do. No,
not even
no,
close.
not
All
at
right, you
all.
got anything else for the good people at home?
No, that is it. That's all I have for today.
All right, let's get out of here. I hope
No.
all your teams lose week one, and let's get going there.
We are.
This is
It's here. It's here. It's happening.
it's it. I'm excited. It's like Christmas morning.
It's amazing. Like what is it? 5 more sleeps?
Well,
6 more?
until Thursday, it's three more sleeps.
Oh, I mean that's true too. Yeah, I mean I
Yeah,
guess we can.
you get Thursday, Friday, Sunday, Monday.
No, no, this is true. Oh, yeah, I
Yeah,
forgot. I keep forgetting the Friday game.
no, you get
Is it
lot of
Friday or
football this week.
Saturday?
It's
It
Friday.
is Friday. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's amazing. Here we go. We're back.
Hell yeah. All
All
right.
right, let's get out of
We'll
here.
see you guys next week. Take care.